All right, we are live on YouTube, and tonight we're going to be discussing, will my channel ever grow at some point? And the latest regarding everything else as well. So stick around. That's coming right. Whoa! From Northern California, welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. And if this is your first time here, and most importantly, you are open to suggestions and change, please consider subscribing and then banging that bell. And after you bang that bell, when that pop-up box pops up, make sure you select all notifications, because that way you won't miss a single thing. You will not miss anything at all when it comes to getting a better grip on your life. That's right. You will not miss a single beat when it comes to getting a better grip on your life. And I've got to tell you, there's a whole lot more content coming soon to this channel. I'll be getting to that in just a little bit here. But first, let me start off by paying props once again to this channel sponsor, my good friend Troy Brewer, who is the CEO, founder, and owner of the Discover Community Network. For all of your product and service needs from the most trusted professionals in the industry, please consider visiting www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. One more time, that's www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. You can also visit a subsidiary of the Discover Community Network known as the DCN Internet Radio Network. That stands for Discover Community Network Internet Radio Network. And when you go to that website, you will find a bunch of internet radio stations. There are, music stations, and there are talk stations. And one of the music stations is more than likely to suit your genre needs. Or one of the talk stations. If you love talk like I do, I love to talk. I love running talk shows myself. More than likely one of the talk stations will suit your needs as well. So if you want to check it out and listen to the DCN Internet Radio Network throughout your days, whether you're at home or whether you're in your car, because, it's mobile friendly as well, please consider visiting www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. One more time, that's www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. Both those links are below in the description, about a third of the way down. And if you check out those links and you look on the site to see how to reach out to Troy, if you reach out to Troy by email, please make him aware that Coach Eli sends you with lots and lots of love. All right. Welcome to the show, everyone. Welcome to the show. Very briefly, just to mention at the beginning of every show from here on out, I have to mention it because while my live streams are still publicly available to the general public, only channel members are now allowed to chat. There are three ways that you can chat in my chat. Number one, you can become a moderator. And if you would like to find out how to become a moderator, please go in the description and email me at coacheli@coacheliasmelas.com. And if I get to know, like, and trust you and end up moderating you and collaborating with you on some YouTube projects, then you will have free access to all of these live streams, because when you have a mod wrench, that bypasses the members only requirement. Number two, you can become a channel member for as little as $4.99 per month. There are 4 other packages on top of that. All of those packages will get you the same thing. The only difference is how much you want to donate to sponsor this channel. If you become a channel member for a minimum of $4.99 per month, you will have unlimited access to chat in these members-only chats. You will also have access to 21 members-only videos already created by me, yours truly, and many more to come. You will also get access to members-only live streams that will start at some point next year with some very exclusive content only going to be available to channel members. And on top of that, some additional future perks that are, not disclosed yet. Well, I wouldn't say not disclosed, but I will be throwing in some additional perks every now and then for my channel members because I appreciate the extra love and support that you folks are giving me to monetarily support and sponsor this channel. And last but not least, if you do not want to become a channel member and you're not a moderator, you can go below to the bottom of the chat where you see that $sign and send as many super chats as you'd like. Every super chat that you send, and you make at least a minimum $1, donation to the channel, your message will go through. Now, just so you folks are aware, like I keep mentioning, I've already had to deal with this a time or two in the past with channel members. If you become a channel member or you send a super chat, you are still subject to the rules of my channel. I want to keep it a drama-free zone here and a very safe place for people that truly want to get a better grip on their life. So, if you are going to purchase a super chat or purchase a channel membership so that way you can come and troll my chat, you will be banned immediately, and I will thank you for your donation. Now, when you purchase a membership, it goes month by month. It is not refundable. You can cancel before the next month, gets charged to your card. But once you purchase that first month, you cannot get a refund on that. And so, just think about it before you try to do something that's pretty childish and immature. We're all grown up people here, and, let's just behave maturely. And if I'm not your cup of tea, I'm not everyone's cup of tea here. If you don't like my content and self-help, personal development isn't for you, then go somewhere else. If you love drama, there's plenty of drama out here on YouTube that'll keep you busy for a very long time. It won't get you anywhere. It'll set you back the other way. But if that's what you like, then do what you like and allow me to help people, do what they like. Pretty plain and simple. Pretty plain and simple. All right, so I'm not going to be on too terribly long tonight. Let me first of all make sure that the notification has gone out. Let me see here on my beautiful new iPhone 12 Pro Max. And yes, the notification has gone out and the stream status looks good. Like I said, I'm not going to be on too terribly long tonight. Probably about a half an hour or so. If that, maybe 45 minutes max. It depends if any of my moderators or channel members show up or anyone sends a super chat. I'll be answering questions in the chat throughout the show. And if no one shows up, no problem. I'll just get the information out, and the people that, are not here live will be able to check this out on the replay. So the title of tonight's stream is, Will My Channel Grow at Some Point? Plus updates on everything. One more time, will my channel grow at some point, plus updates on everything? I'm going to save the best for last, I guess. You can say that. I'm not going to discuss my channel till the very end. I want to update you folks on some other things that I've been working on here. And this is also going to be part of, what it takes to really grow a YouTube channel out here. So over the past few weeks, at least the past week since I got my brand new iPhone 12 Pro Max. It's a beautiful freaking phone. I made people aware that I'm going to start doing some 4K 60 frame per second pre-recorded videos outside of the studio. A lot of them will be done on my walks, whether it's at the park, whether it's at a different location. I'm going to try to switch up the locations to give you folks some new views and beautiful 4K footage at 60 frames per second. Some of them will come from my hikes when I go hiking with my activity partner. My activity partner currently is away with family for another week after this week, so I probably won't get some hiking footage for a couple of weeks. And then sometimes I'll just maybe do a video from my car or a different location. Maybe I'll go shopping somewhere and bring the camera in. I want to give you folks a variety of content. And I'll also want to give it to you at the highest quality possible, 4K at 60 frames per second. Now, when you do video at 4K 60 frames per second from your phone, This is one thing I should probably do a separate video on as a tutorial. I may do that at some point if I get enough requests for that. What a lot of people don't realize is that your smartphone, your iPhone or Android, they record video in a format that's known as variable frame rate. And variable frame rate is not good for video editing because most video editing programs do not work well with a variable frame rate. So basically, what is frame rate? So when you do video at 1080p or 4K, that is the resolution. The frame rate's either 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second. Sometimes people will shoot video in 24 frames per second, which is known as cinematic. So if you want that cinematic look, you do it in 24 or at 24 frames per second. So like I said, smartphones, they don't record at what's called a constant bit rate. What constant bit rate stands for, it means exactly what I just said. It keeps the bit rate at a constant 60 frames per second, for example, when I'm recording at 4K 60 frames per second. And when I go to edit these videos and render them out through Adobe Premiere Pro, which is what I use, the audio and video are in sync. Now, on your smartphone, the reason why, for example, Apple records in a variable frame rate is because they're trying to, keep the file a little bit smaller. It doesn't really make it that much smaller. It just makes it a pain in the butt to work with. But that's why they do it. So you can play the file perfectly on your iPhone, but when you transfer that file, that big file, onto your, computer, your laptop or desktop, whether it's a Mac or, a PC like I use, it's the audio and video end up being out of sync. And for example, yesterday I went and took almost an hour and a half walk at one of the locations I typically walk at, and shot some beautiful 4K footage and did a 1 hour and 19 minute video at 4K 60 frames per second. Now you can only imagine how huge this file is. So when I transferred that file from my iPhone to my PC, my laptop, my Windows laptop, the file was 27.7 gigabytes big. Let me repeat that one more time. The file was 27.7 gigabytes. Because when you're shooting at 4K, you have to shoot, you have to record it at a larger megabit per second. Typically with 1080p, you can actually, shoot 1080p at around, anywhere from 3 to 6 megabits per second for 30 frames per second. And if you want to do like 60 frames per second at 1080p, typically, anywhere from 5 to 10 to 15 megabits per second, okay? When you're shooting 4K at 60 frames per second, 50 megabits per second is right where you need to be. So you have to understand that these files are 3, almost 4 times larger than 1080p files because the resolution is 4 times greater. If you haven't heard, 4K is 4 times the resolution of 1080p. So yesterday I was doing some testing. I've been doing some, testing on my laptop, and I'm still trying to figure out what the best way to process this, because when you have a variable frame rate, you have to convert that variable frame rate file to a constant frame rate or constant bit rate. So most people use this free program called Handbrake. And when you basically import the file in there and you basically have to re-render it at 50 megabits per second at 4K 60 frames per second, and then have the program convert it from variable frame rate to constant frame rate or constant, bit rate. Okay. So I ended up playing around with it yesterday, and I was trying to multitask on my computer, and something happened, and I screwed things up. But I will let you know that I have like a 6-year-old laptop with a third generation i7 quad core processor, and I mean it's a pretty fast processor, but compared to the processors of 2020, like it's much slower. So just to give you an idea of how long it's going to take for me to just convert, before I even edit, just convert this 4K file at 60 frames per second, an hour and 19-minute video, 4K, 60 frames per second. When I put it in to my laptop through Handbrake with my quad-core i7 processor at 3 gigahertz, okay, which has 8 threads, 17 hours. 17 hours just to convert it from variable frame rate to constant frame rate before I even put it in Adobe Premiere and then add the fancy graphics and then render it out. Now, am I going to always do over 1 hour videos at 4K 60 frames per second? No. The majority of them will be about 10 to 15 to 30 minutes, which means it'll be, 1/3 or 1/4, the processing time. But I wanted to do a long video for my first 4K video to give you folks something extra special, and to also put myself through the extreme when I'm processing 4K at 60 frames per second. So that way, when I do the smaller files, the smaller, shorter videos, it's just going to be a lot easier, and I will be accustomed to it by that point. So why do I mention that? I mentioned that because, part of, growing on YouTube as a YouTuber is learning the ropes and learning technology. There are many variables that you're going to have to work through to be a great YouTuber. Number one, you can't be afraid of the camera or the microphone. Okay, you can't be afraid to either go live or shoot a video and just start talking and sharing what's on your mind. Okay, and number two, you got to get the right equipment. Most modern cell phones today, especially if you've got the iPhone 12 Pro Max like I do, can shoot high quality video. Again, you just have to understand that you're going to be converting that all that video that comes from your smartphone from variable frame rate to constant frame rate. So you have to learn how to do that as well. If you want to be a live streamer, you can either use a webcam or you can use an actual camera like I use for better quality. But then you have to figure out, okay, how do I get that that camera that's not a webcam to be recognized by my computer? You need a capture card. You either need a capture card or you need what I use, which is what is called an Elgato Cam Link. So, that's something else that you have to learn. Kelvin Clymer's in the house. Hey, how's it going, bro? Welcome to the show. Glad to see you here, man. How's your weekend thing going, bro? And then another thing, lighting is always something that everyone struggles with. Now, if you're doing live streams, from your apartment, your studio, whatever, okay, like I do, okay, it is very important to invest in a little bit of lighting as well. Like I have a green screen behind me, which is another thing that you have to learn how to do. You have to learn how to, key out your green screen properly. So that way, I am a transparent image and it's properly being placed in a transparent way over any background I put behind myself. But in order to do that, you have to light up your green screen evenly and properly. You have to learn that, trial and error. You have to, have a couple of lights to light up your green screen like I have behind me. But then you also need at least a couple of lights to shine at you, so that way the camera can see you clearly and there are no dark shadows and people aren't looking at your stream or, your video and they're wondering, hey, are you there, Eli? Eli, I can't see you. I can hear you, Eli, but I can't see you. So lighting is very, very important. So there's a whole lot to learn. And it costs money. It takes time to, adjust everything properly. On top of, learning to become a good public speaker like I've become throughout the course of my life, not fearing the camera. And you have to have a good microphone. I have a Blue Yeti microphone, but there are many other good microphones out there as well. So you got to, get the right microphone, and then you have to set the right gain level on your microphone so your microphone's not too hot, which means it's not going to clip and cut off if you get too loud, or not too low where people have to crank up their volume all the way up and then they still can't hear you. So there's so much that goes into becoming a YouTuber, and creating content like this. Kelvin Climber says, going good, got rid of my cold, so can go to the climb gym tomorrow. That's great, bro. Awesome. Fantastic. Wonderful. So you do all of this, right? And I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to incorporate, the section I was going to say till the end. Will my channel grow at some point? As part of my updates. There are some other updates I'll mention at the end as well, but I'm just going to incorporate this because it makes sense to do so. I'm just going on the fly tonight, folks. Just wanted to do a quick stream to update you folks where I'm at, because I don't like to go more than 2 days without putting out a piece of content. And the last piece of content I put out was 2 days ago. So I just wanted to update you folks, to let you know that everything's fine. I'm working on a lot of things behind the scenes for the future of this channel. And I'll tell you, by the time we hit December, especially the new year in January, you're going to see some incredible content. I'm also going to be working on, setting up some interviews with some great people. And you're going to really start to see things head back in the right direction on this channel. I will say, part of being a YouTuber, I've mentioned it in the past, I'll say it again, is dealing with the court of public opinion, dealing with trolls, dealing with haters, dealing with people that, make it their life's purpose and life's mission to stop you from becoming successful out here on YouTube. And that's another thing that I've learned over the last 4 years between my former YouTube channel and now this one that, is about to have its 2-year anniversary. I believe it's coming up this month in December. And folks, I'll tell you, the one thing that I've really learned out here on YouTube that will hinder your success is if you feed into the trolls, you feed into the haters, and you get caught up in endless drama. That's another thing that's going to stunt the growth of your channel. Like I mentioned before in the past, I'll say it again. When you get involved with a drama group initially, you're going back and forth with new creators, and that new sensation amongst that small niche market of Dramasphere people is going to get you 2 to 3 times the views you were getting. And it's going to give you a false sense of growth. That's what it gave me. I didn't realize that. I thought I was actually growing back then, but I really wasn't growing, because now, for the past 3, 4, almost 5 months that I've been completely ignoring these people and have moved on, my views have gone back down to 100 to 200 views per stream or video. And I'm okay with that. Why am I okay with that? Because the right people are now watching my videos and my live streams. And the people that used to watch them that, weren't here for the right reason, and they're just trying to create drama and doing whatever they can to, try to dismantle me, I'm not saying they're not, still trying to do things like that to me or other people. That's what these people are on this platform for. I just don't let it get to me. I don't let it affect me, and I just keep moving forward. I ignore everything that, I ignore all the negativity. And that's another thing that, is going to stunt the growth of your channel if you don't ignore that. I will mention, I cannot remember whose stream this was. Sometimes I'll tune into a stream every now and then from, the former Dramasphere group I used to be involved with. And I can't remember whose stream this was, but there was a guy on there that started to realize that, I don't really want to be involved with all this drama. I just want to create my content. I just want to do my thing, And then there was another guy on the panel, and then it was some woman that was running it. The other guy on the panel was trying to antagonize and attack this guy. And the way that this guy was handling this guy that was trying to attack him was in a very polite, very smooth way. He was just very calm, not overreacting, and just saying, hey, man, look, you do your thing. I don't want to be a part of this. This is not what I thought it would be. I never wanted to get involved, with this drama. I'm just going to part ways, and I'm going to go and do my thing. And I'll tell you, I didn't watch too much of that stream, but when I heard that guy speak, I put myself in his shoes because I went through something similar as that, and I can relate to that. And I also know that I'm not the only one that's been through something like this, and same with him. There are many YouTubers that, I think all YouTubers get trolled at one point or another. And I think part of becoming successful out here on YouTube is learning how to deal with these trolls and haters, no matter what they do, no matter how much they threaten you or scare you, in real life. A lot of these trolls and haters, they threaten your real life, right, to try to run you off of YouTube. And I sit there and I laugh at that. And I'm saying, look, okay, if you're going to do something, do it, right? If you're going to do something, do it. If not, then, your word doesn't mean anything to your pathetic audience anyway, right? So, like I said, one of the things that has stunted my growth, which is why I'm doing this stream here, will my channel grow at some point? Okay. One of the things that stunted my growth is participating with the wrong group of people. And you don't know that a certain group that you participate in is the wrong group until you spend a little time with them, until you learn about the group. And in addition, you have to, when you're a brand new YouTuber, you assume that everyone just wants to collaborate and work together, but that's not the case. You end up learning that if you're a channel that wants to run a real successful, positive business, you cannot be involved in any negativity. And what that means is you cannot be involved with anyone that's involved with a drama group in any way, shape, or form, even if you're friends with one or two people. This is the problem a lot of people have, why they can't get rid of drama. The reason why a lot of people can't get rid of drama, whether it's in real life or on YouTube, is because let's say there's a group of 200 people in a particular drama sphere group on YouTube. And let's say you're pretty close friends with two of them. And you just want to completely pull away, but you also want to, keep your friendships with those two people. Well, is it a good idea to keep your friendship with two people that are leaks back into that drama sphere that you're trying to escape from? The only way you're going to remove yourself from any and all drama is to completely remove yourself from everyone involved in that drama group, and that includes even if some of your closest friends are a part of that group. And you got to be upfront and say, hey, look, you know what? I love you, friend. I love you, friend. You are two of my closest friends. I don't want to participate in this group anymore. Unfortunately, the both of you still want to participate. And because of that, unfortunately, I have to part ways with you as well. I really don't want to do that. I really feel that you two are better than these people, just like myself, and you should remove yourself as well. We can go off and do our own thing and create a different, more positive group. But if that's not what you want to do, I'm going to wish you the best and have fun with these people that are really not going to get you anywhere, that are going to just, make your life more miserable than it already is. So that's another thing that you need to learn and understand. So will I ever grow my channel? Will my channel grow at some point in the future? Maybe I should have added that to the title. In my head and in my heart, absolutely. Has YouTube gotten harder to be discovered through? Absolutely. Are there challenges right now on this platform as I speak here today on Saturday, November 21st, 2020? Absolutely. That's why I do a lot of these live streams, to bring you up to the minute updates. I'll tell you, like, for the last 2 weeks, I've done pretty close. I think I've done like 10 streams over the last 2 weeks. And 9 out of those 10 streams, in the middle of the stream, have been demonetized, meaning going from the green icon, suitable for all advertisers, to the yellow icon, not suitable for most advertisers. And my content is PG and clean. Like, my titles are very advertiser friendly, and so is my message. And then every time, I wait for the stream to finish processing, because in the past, when this used to happen, you wait for the stream to process the replay, and then the YouTube algorithm double checks the video once it's processed after the live stream is done. And then most of the time, it would flip the icon from yellow back to green. Well, it has not been doing that lately. I think YouTube's done some tweaks to their algorithm to the point of where once a live stream goes to a yellow icon for any reason in the middle of the stream, it stays yellow, and the only way you can get it reversed is by submitting a manual review, which I've done. And every time I submit a manual review, the human reviewer comes back and says, "Great news, a grip on life. Your video is suitable for all advertisers," right? But what's happened in the meantime? For the 2 days that it took for them to review my video and revert it, most of the monetized playbacks I got, happened when, it was yellow, right? Now, granted, I'm not getting a whole lot of views right now, so it's not really affecting, my pocketbook. But let's say I was getting 100,000 views per stream or 50,000 views per stream. Let's say the first 2 days on my streams, I would get 25 to 50,000 views, right? And then it flips to yellow in the middle of the stream, and I don't get any ad revenue for 50,000 views. Then it flips back to green after the manual review 2 days later, and then I only get a few thousand more views after that. I lost, in that situation, I would have lost 25 to 50K views, right? So it can be frustrating. It is frustrating, and it can be frustrating, but why do I keep moving forward? Why? I'm not even complaining. I'm just sharing with you folks what's going on. I'm not complaining because, first and foremost, it's a privilege to be on this platform, and I'm grateful and thankful that YouTube allows me to do what I do out here and has allowed me in the YouTube Partner Program. I really thank you for that, YouTube. But at the same time, I also understand as a company, for YouTube and Google to keep the platform going, they have to make some changes. And sometimes, while they're in process or in progress of making those changes, their system's going to be a little out of whack, which may affect creators with views, monetized playbacks, etc. And that's what I'm chalking this up to right now. I'm chalking this up to a transition period for YouTube and Google to properly prepare themselves to start off 2021 on the right foot. So, do I feel my channel will grow at some point? Absolutely. When will that be? I believe in God, and whether you believe in God or not, I still love you, but I believe in God, and I say only God knows. But if I stop doing what I do right now, which is what I love to do, it's never going to get anywhere. If I keep moving forward and keep putting content out, who's to say that these live streams and videos that I've done in the past at some point won't go viral. You never know. YouTube might start recommending 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of my past videos, and boom, that's all it's going to take, right? But if I stop creating and my channel's not active, they're going to see no reason to promote my past videos because I'm not an active channel and I'm not going to be there to keep engaging the people and keeping them on the platform longer, right? So you gotta go into it with a positive mindset. Even when you're giving it your best shot. Like I've been giving this my best shot for years now. And I'm still nowhere near where I'd like to be. I still haven't triggered the YouTube algorithm. I still haven't had a viral video. But if you go back and watch some of the bigger YouTubers and listen to their stories on what it took for them to get to where they got to, a lot of them will say, even back then, it took them 4, 5, 6 years to trigger the YouTube algorithm. So if you're in a similar situation as I'm in, you really want to grow your YouTube channel, you really want to be a successful YouTuber and trigger the algorithm, it is possible, and it can still happen to this day. You just have to keep pushing forward. And you're going to get people that are going to say, oh, your content is no good. Oh, you don't get any views. Oh, how can you afford to spend so much time on YouTube? How do you pay your bills? How do you do this? You're going to get a lot of people out there that are going to try to kick you down, and they're going to try to throw you off your game because, number one, it's a projection. They see you as better than them, because if they didn't see you as better than them, then they wouldn't be trying to kick you down to their level. They would be more understanding and more reasonable, right? And they know at some point you're going to be successful, and they don't want to see you be successful because they wish they could be like you. It's pretty sad how some people are, but that's how some people are, right? But again, you're going to have people that are going to criticize you along your journey of whatever you're trying to accomplish. Your friends, your family, other YouTubers, other, YouTube content consumers that may go on other Dramasphere YouTube live streams. I'll tell you, folks, if you want to see some really stupid things, go follow a Dramasphere group on YouTube, especially when they run their live streams and then they bring on a bunch of people on a StreamYard panel. They bring 5 or 6 people on a StreamYard panel, and they're all just sitting on that panel, just talking a bunch of hogwash nonsense. And typically, the creator that's running that stream either has a monetized channel somehow, or if their channel's not monetized, they're either sponsored or making donations, right? So the people that are going on that Dramasphere panel, all they're doing is entertaining the audience of that, that Dramasphere channel that's donating to that channel owner because of the fact that you folks are going on these people's channels and giving them a drama show. It is pretty pathetic. It's really pathetic. It is. It's super pathetic. So, I mean, if you're curious to see, what happens in that arena, like I said, go check out some Dramasphere channels. You can find them all over YouTube. I don't have to tell you where they're at. You can find them very easily. But there's nothing productive about those channels. If you're a serious business owner like me and you want to run a business, you have a mission, a purpose, a passion, and a desire to help other people through your wisdom or a product that you created, right? Okay? The last thing you need is drama. You want to deal with positive, wholesome, decent people that are going to be respectful and appreciative and loyal, right? Now, like I've said in the past, I'll say this again. Does everyone have to always agree with you or with me to be positive? No. And everyone has their opinions. And as long as you respectfully, have a difference of opinion and you respectfully disagree and you don't attack the person just because they don't agree with you completely on a certain something, that's still a positive way to look at it. That's actually showing strength and maturity. And that's what I respect. And those are the types of people that I'm looking to, deal with on my channel. I'm looking to deal with positive-minded people. And you should too. You should too. Let's see, we are at 40 minutes. We're going to wrap this up in a few minutes here. So, to everyone out there that's been following me for a while, I thank you for your continued support. I know that there have been times where, my content's been kind of all over the place. I'm not going to lie. There have been times where, I got mixed up with the wrong people. Maybe I did the wrong types of videos. But my intentions, folks, have always been the same. My intentions have always been to help people get along, to help people love themselves, and to help them get a better grip on their life regarding whatever it is that they want to accomplish. I want to help people accomplish whatever it is that their hearts desire. That's what I truly love to do, by sharing my experiences of what's worked for me and what's not worked for me, and sparing you a lot of time and heartache that I went through to figure all this stuff out. And especially for our youth nowadays, even you guys and gals in your late teens, 18, 19, as long as you're an adult, or in your 20s, I can help you. I can help you jumpstart your life by sharing my wisdom of being a 46-year-old man, wishing I knew at your age what I know now. And you all have the opportunity to suck in that information at this age. I wish I had YouTube and other coaches like me readily available on a platform like this when I was 20 years old, which was 26 years ago. YouTube wasn't around back then. We've got so many ways to distribute information and help people nowadays. And that's why I'm on here, because this is one of the best ways to get good information out, to try to help make this world a better place. It's another thing I'm big on. Another thing I'm big on is I love everybody, and I wish everyone would just get along. I'm going to wrap up tonight's stream by briefly mentioning what's been going on in our country here in the U.S. Obviously, the current commander-in-chief has been, hiding out in his bunker and been tweeting a bunch of nonsense and been filing frivolous lawsuits and getting declined lawsuit after lawsuit. You also have a lot of people on the right that are still, holding on to the fact that they think, the current commander-in-chief is going to somehow pass up, the new president-elect, Joe Biden. I mean, I'm just seeing all these things happen, right? And we're wasting so much time over something that's just not going to change. Like, I'll tell you, like what I've noticed out here on YouTube for the last 4 years is a bunch of grown adults acting like little babies. It just breaks my heart. I try to help these people and you just can't. The more you try to help them, the more mature you try to be with them, the more they overreact and the more immature they behave, as a grown-up. And it's just sad. Well, that's one thing. When you have your current commander-in-chief, your current president, Donald Trump, who's behaving more immaturely than anyone in the world, and what kind of example does that set for everyone, right? What kind of example does that set for everyone? So, he's been filing these frivolous lawsuits. He's been getting shot down one after the other. Alex, the Beer Master, how you doing, bro? Haven't seen you in quite some time. I'm about to go off the air, but I'll come back and do another show tomorrow, man. I'm doing quite well, dude. How have you been? Have the trolls been bugging you, or are they leaving you alone? Or are you just ignoring them, man? Because that's all I do. Ignore, and just move on to bigger and better things. I've actually had a lot of things that I've been investing time in outside of YouTube. A lot of those things I haven't talked a lot about. Some of those things are personal things that I won't talk about here. That's another thing I've learned, about being a YouTuber. You don't have to tell everyone every little aspect of your personal life. I mean, you can share, be transparent and be open and honest, but, don't get too personal to the point of where you're giving people information about people you care about, and then you have these trolls and haters looking up these people and attacking these people just because they can't get to you. And because they can't get to you, they try to get to everyone you care for to try to get you off the platform. Nobody's been bothering me and my friend. Oh, that's cool, bro. That's awesome. Yeah, have you spoken with Colin at all lately? Colin Butters? Yeah, some things went down a few months ago with my trolls and haters, and they manipulated Colin to basically, part ways with me. It was just really sad what happened. But man, it is what it is. But I'm glad to still see you around, man. You and Calvin Clymer are here. Queen Helen Casey's still a part of this channel as a mod, and so is Mutt Nuts World. But Mutt hasn't been around the past few streams, and same with Queen. But it's great to see you, bro. It's great to see you, bro. I need to work my way over to your channel, man. And I've been super, super duper swamped. But anyway, before I wrap things up here tonight, folks, yeah, like I said, we have so many things going on in our world right now that need immediate attention. You folks know what that is. I don't have to mention it. We've got a lot of people that, are getting sick and are passing away. And it's just really sad for me to see that our commander-in-chief, almost 2 weeks after the election was decided, is just hanging down in this bunker, putting out, tweets with false information, filing frivolous lawsuits, going golfing, and not giving a care about the country. It's ridiculous. And then on the flip side, I mean, this is apparent for anyone to see, whether you're on the right or the left. This is apparent for anyone to see, whether you're on the right or the left, right? But what's even more ridiculous are these conservatives that are supporting Trump, even after everything he's currently doing right now. Like, seriously, Trump is like he's gone AWOL, absent without approved leave. It's like if Trump was in the military, okay, he'd be AWOL. Trump is AWOL. Who ever thought the president would be allowed to go AWOL? Yet there are people that are, still believing in him, and the fact that he's acting like a 2-year-old little baby and not running the country, and he hasn't been running the country for the last several weeks. It's just really sad and pathetic. It's just really sad and pathetic. I just wish everyone would see that regardless of your political party choice, the behavior of our current president is preposterous. If any liberal or Democrat president that I voted for behaved this way, I'd be saying the same thing. This has nothing to do with left versus right. This has to do with what's right or wrong. And I'm just saying, what our current commander-in-chief is doing is just, it's absolutely wrong. And something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. But I just wanted to share my thoughts about that before I go off the air, because that's another thing we've been dealing with, and then, we're going to be, soon a lot of the troops are going to be removed from our military, and that's going to create issues. And then you have Biden trying to, set up his administration. And because, Trump has gone AWOL and hasn't conceded and still thinks he can win this race, he's not giving, access to secret information to Biden, which any president-elect at this point would be already getting that information. So it's just crazy. I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving, like you too, Alex the Beer Master. Same with you, Kelvin Clymer. So, all right, folks, look, I'm just going to say this, okay? I'm never going to give up on my dream of taking this channel to the next level. I love what I do. This is my business, but this is also my passion and my purpose. Besides this being my business, this is my passion and my purpose. I really love what I do. When you love what you do, it's going to carry you through the tough times. If you're a YouTuber in the same position I'm in right now, closing in on 5,000 subscribers, haven't had a lot of growth lately, and you're dealing with the changes with the YouTube algorithm, demonetizing your videos if you're in the partner program, getting fewer views because of that, keep creating content, even if you're only getting 100 to 200 views or less per video. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. If you keep creating content down the road, at some point, when one of your videos takes off, the rest of them will take off as well. Because once you start to go viral and create a following and get subscribers, they're going to go and check out your library of videos that have those few views. And what happens once they check out those videos? Then those videos will start getting recommended, even if they were created 6 months, a year ago, or 2 years ago. Don't stop creating. Keep moving forward. I promise you, at some point, your channel will grow, my channel will grow, and we will all grow together. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you to Kelvin Clymer for being here. Thank you to Alex the Beer Master for being here. I will more than likely be back for another live stream tomorrow night. At the same time, I've got to figure out how I'm going to how I'm going to, get that hour and 19 minute 4K video at 60 frames per second, properly converted, edited, and uploaded to YouTube. And I hope to have that public within 2 to 3 days, because the content was great. The footage was great. I just can't wait to get this out there. So, folks, be patient. That'll be coming very soon. With that being said, thank you once again, everyone, for being here. Have yourselves a great night, and I will see you all next time. Take care. Oh, one more thing I forgot to say. Hey, there's plenty of time for everything. Sometimes success takes time. Look, I've had these great backgrounds on my streams through my green screen lately, and I haven't even explained them. They have a purpose. There's plenty of time for success to happen. And sometimes success takes a little bit more time to come through. So keep pushing forward, and your time will come. Have a good night, everyone. See you all next time. Bye. Bye.